afternoon, class. Sorry I can't be there today. I actually broke my ankle. Lucky you guys. I should be back on Monday, but for now we're going to be learning how to graph inequalities. So quick review. This symbol here means greater than. So as an example, 8 is greater than 7 because 8 is bigger than 7. Over here we have the less than symbol. For example, 4 is less than 10. Then we have the greater than or equals to symbol. So for example, you must be at least 18 to play the lottery. So that means you could be older than 18 or you could be equal to 18. And then finally we have less than or equal to. So for example, you must be 12 or under to use certain playground equipment. So you could be younger than 12 or you could be equal to 12. So our first example is x is greater than 3. So we're going to go to 3 on the graph, right over here, and we're going to look at a number to the left of 3, so we can pick out 0. Let's say 0, so we plug 0 in for x. Is 0 greater than 3? It's not, so we don't want to shade that part of the graph because we want to shade all the possible values for x. So then we're going to look to the right of our graph, and we find 5 is greater than 3. So you can shade this part of our graph because everything on this side of the graph is greater than 3. We also want to pay attention to what we do at the point of 3, because 3 is not greater than 3. So we want to leave an open circle there, because that is not included in our x values. Our next example, we have negative 3 is less than y. So again, we're going to start at our point, which is negative 3. We're going to look at a point to the left of negative 3. So for example, we can look at negative 4. So if we plug negative 4 in for y, we find that this is not true because negative 3 is not less than negative 4. So we don't want to graph the things on the left side of the graph. So we're going to look to the right. So we can pick out a value over here, let's say 3. Negative 3 is less than positive 3, and that's true. So we want to shade everything to the right of negative 3. So that's all of this. Because all of these will work as our y value. And again, we want to go back and we want to look at our point, negative 3, and we see that negative 3 is not less than negative 3 because they're equal to each other. So we want an open circle here. Next, we have x is greater than or equal to 0. So we're going to go to 0, and we're going to look at the points to the left of 0. So let's look at negative 3. If we plug negative 3 in for x, we find that negative 3 is not greater than or equal to 0, so we don't want to graph those points. But if we look to the right, let's say positive 3 is greater than or equal to 0, so the points to the right of 0 will work for our x value. Now, when we look at 0 on our point, we find that 0 is greater than or equal to 0 because they are the same. So we want to put a closed circle there. Our final example, x is less than or equal to negative 2. We're going to go over to negative 2. We're going to look at a point to the left of negative 2 and plug that in for x. So let's look at negative 4. If we plug negative 4 in, negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 2. So we're going to plot our points to the left. So everything to the left will work as our x values. And again, we want to go back and look at negative 2. Is negative 2 less than or equal to negative 2? Yes, they're equal to each other. So we want a closed circle. All right. That's our lesson for today. Your homework is going to be to graph these inequalities in your notebook. They will count as a homework grade, so make sure you do them. They're only 5. Just plot your points and bring them to class tomorrow. Have a great night.